What's up? Earl the Pearl in the Earlverse in the house. Now, I thought the King game was tonight. Shout out to my friend on Instagram, Fajita Cologne. I got this in the mail today. Kamala, the Ugandan giant. Gonna see where we can put this. Maybe I'll be half Kamala, half berry jelly. I mean, it's not the best background, but hey, you get what you pay for, baby dolls. Now, I know Melton and Kevin are streaming right now. I'm watching the New York Islanders try and extend the series. I'm a Hall of Famer for Kamala, the Ugandan giant. Coco Beware's in there. I think Junkyard Dog's in there. I mean, I think it's because Kamala made a song about Pat Patterson porking the Brooklyn Brawler in the room next door, and I don't think the WWE appreciated that. It's called "Push It." It's actually a really good song, to be honest with you. Kamala had a good singing voice, so that's what we're talking about in the Earlverse today. We got the Islanders and the Canes. Got the Kings and the Oilers tomorrow night. Kings losing 1-0 Sunday night. They played a very good game, but Jeff Skinner, the Edmonton Oilers goalie, was he was pretty good, to be honest with you. We got Chris Chelios in studio today. He's always pretty funny. I'm sure him and Biz Nasty will be having some banter. Welcome, Kip Smith, my moderator and co-lead thumbnail person, along with Jordan the Lion and the great Andrew Stovekin. I'm going to Jax's in Studio City tonight to watch The Valley. Yes, Kamala will be over my shoulder from now on, thanks to Fajita Cologne. Give Fajita Cologne a follow. It's all one word on Instagram. Tell them I sent you. And hit that like button, baby dolls. This is just a cool hour-long Earlverse stream. I know we've got the Dabbleverse at high tide right now, stream sniping each other. That's all out of my hands. And I just, we talk hockey here. We can talk AEW wrestling, tomorrow night from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Kenny Omega comes back. I don't think it's to wrestle. There's rumors that people are expecting him to be like a GM of AEW Dynamite. That could work. I'm sure he'll have some interaction tomorrow night with the new elite. Omega has not been on TV since Kazuchika Okada basically took his spot. We can talk hair metal. We could talk rat and roll. We could talk the new Motley Crue single, which sounds awful. We can talk the new Sebastian Bach single that sounds pretty good. Just don't look at a picture of him. Woo! I mean, I know we all age and shit, but yeah, hit the like button. We got 7 people in here right now, but only 2 likes. Hitting the like button is it's free, and it helps me. Thoughts on Camille signing to AEW? When did she? Kate, are you breaking news? Camille, I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. Is she a TNA girl? Impact Zone? I mean, I can't keep up with all these. Is she MLW? Is she PWG? Is she GCW? I mean, AEW's roster is pretty bloated already, but hey, if they're bringing in some new talent to take on Mercedes Moné, I'm all for it. You've got not a lot of great options for Mercedes to wrestle. I personally would have brought back Britt Baker, but I don't think AEW's really cares what I would do. What do I know? I'm only a very knowledgeable fan. What? Why are '80s rock stars alive but pro? Because I think the rock stars don't really put a lot of strain on their bodies, like physical, like they're not getting hit. Like Keith Richards is in his late 70s, Mick Jagger's in his late 70s, and although they do um, a lot of drugs and drink, they don't get concussions, and their joints and cartilage is still relative. I mean, I saw Mick Jagger dancing around last night or 2 nights ago, and he did not look like a 70-year-old. Oh, okay. Kate M. Give Kate M a follow, but don't be perverted. She's already taken. NWC. I don't know a lot about NWA, but I do think that AEW, although their women's division is good and it's on par, in my opinion, with the WWE, they need to get Mercedes in the ring and showcase what she's best at, which is actually wrestling. I was there at Long Beach about a year ago when she wrestled Willow Nightingale for the New Japan World Title. Now I don't know what the finish of the match was supposed to be, but because Mercedes broke her ankle, so Willow won. Uh, but it was a very good match. I mean, you watch Mercedes Moné wrestle, and it's like, wow, she's got it. But you watch her cut a promo, you're like, wow, she don't got it. Um, okay, see, I don't even know how to watch NWA. I'm assuming it's on Access TV, but yes, we've got a couple, maybe a first time in the Earlverse, a couple in the stream. The lovely Jordan and Kate M. I'm sure. Yeah, that's the only woman we have in here right now. My fan base is heavily men. I think I looked up my YouTube analytics, and it's like 94% men in the Earlverse. So Kate M is a welcomed addition. We're just waiting for the I bet you are, AJS. I bet you are. We got 30 minutes to the Islanders and Hurricanes. And Osprey has rejected my friendship advances. I don't like that. I'm a good guy. I bought 3 jackets of his, probably 5 or 6 T-shirts. I'm going to have to call in David Arquette, who is responsible for the great Kenny Omega following me and messaging me. His first message to me was just, sup. Hold on, I have an inappropriate Earl guest. All right, I can't be promoting someone else's product. Yeah, it's a real weenie fest in here. The Return of the Cleaner. I just bought a shirt from ProWrestlingTees.com that has the Omega sign and the Cleaner. I might wear that on a hot date. Yes, I get along with Gino Bisconte. He's a rogue operative. I had him on the Comedy Store and the Inappropriate Earl edition of the Comedy Store podcast, and it was great until he dropped certain words that end in ER, and that was the end of the stream. I don't even think they aired the episode because the guy who was running the podcast studio was like, bro, come on. This ain't the 80s, baby doll. Now, I date women of age, which separates me from most of my comedy comrades. I love how I'm the bad guy. I'm bringing awareness to the pigs in my business, and my spots go down. I love comedy. Is Rich Schultes a good comic? I've never heard of him, But to be honest with you, bro, he's probably never heard of me. So I mean that with no. Oh, I love Miles Kennedy. Of course, my favorite Royal Albert Hall performance is the Killers. I think it was their first. I think it was their only live album. Miles Kennedy is a um, he's a pro. Like I remember, I walked in once to Barbados, and he was there, and I know him through his bandmates. And I said, "Hey, man, how you doing?" And he literally looked at me like, "I don't talk on show nights." He's such a nice guy, but that's what a pro he is, which is why his voice sounds as good as it does. Patty Please, who knows? Uh, she's MIA, probably still alive. His problem, AC/DC, is he just doesn't sound like Axl, and that's what everyone wants. I mean, but that's why I like Slash. I think Slash will typically on his solo tour play about a 23 to 25 song set. And I think he literally does Night Train. He does one Guns N' Roses song. I kind of like that. He's like, hey, you want to listen to Guns N' Roses songs? See me when I'm with them. This is about me, bitch. Kipet Smithy, I believe you are new to the stream. Thank you very much. Do you still keep in touch with Rob Schneider? Yes, I do. Rob and I are very good friends. Who's Natalie Markova? I really only truly religiously follow AEW. I do watch TNA for Nick Nemeth. You guys might know him as Dolph Ziggler. We are in communique on some days. Good evening, Chris Mack. Welcome to the Earlverse stream. I realize that you have a lot of streaming options at this time of day. You got Melton streaming, you got Kevin streaming, you got Melton stream sniping Kevin stream sniping Melton, you got probably Ray coming on. I mean, come on. Okay, what up, Kipet Smithy? A close associate of Kip Smith. We know you have certain bodies you follow. Boing. Yeah, I don't know about Matt Hardy back. He did go back to TNA. Well, it's a different kind of stream. I mean, frankly, there's a reason Kevin has 900 people in his stream right now, Melted 700, and I've got 9. So, what are you going to do? ACDC, my friend Frankie Sidoris plays in both Mammoth and Slash's band, so he's a real busy beaver. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that Matt Hardy, I mean, at first when I heard Nick Nemeth lost to Moose, who I'm kind of digging Moose. He's got a great look. Kind of looks like Bad News Brown with a little bit of like he's very black. Like he's like Mark Henry black. Bad News Brown meets Bobby Lashley. So I'm hoping more people know who Moose is. He's a good heel. He's like a black Rick Rude, with the suits and. I was a little surprised that Nick Nemeth lost to him, but they did it in kind of a controversial figure where Nick's shoulder was up. So I'm assuming he will get the belt at some point. Is the Bruins Leafs game on right now? Hold on, let me switch channels. Thank you very much, Chris. I can't keep up with all these games on 0-0. Of course, the Maple Leafs, they got to win. They're in the same situation the Kings are in. You lose, you're out, baby. So the Kings. I am at 16:26, so I'm a few seconds behind you, but I won't say anything if the team score, or I guess you don't say anything if the team score because I'm 6 seconds behind you. I mean, I could see David Lee Roth. I mean, you can't live like he did for 50 years and have it. I mean, David Lee Roth's been fucking for 50 years, probably smoking and anything that ends in ing, David Lee Roth has been doing. So at some point, Father Time catches up with you. Do you think LeBron should join WNBA to make history? I mean, what? I mean, what if a trans woman joined the WNBA and still had her pee? I mean, I don't even know the legalities of that. I mean, I do think it's unfair for someone transitioning from male to female to play against women. It's just they have the extra testosterone. It's not fair. Uh, I mean, I don't recall many pictures of David Lee Roth smoking, so we need the verse neon lights with the Earl sign. Yeah, I mean, I might get another neon sign that says Daddy Man, or I might get Earlverse. I do really like this. It works just because Earl and Rad are the same number of letters. Um, I'm going to wait for another neon sign till I go upstairs. Um, so, I've sold a fair amount of jerseys lately, which is why I don't complain about having 11 people in a stream. I make the money, honey. I see. I don't recall him smoking. I know I've seen a lot of pictures with Stephen Piercy from Rat with cigarette in hand, but I'm hoping when I go upstairs or move into a home at one point that my background will be a lot better. There'll still be like a picture of Kamala, that Earlverse picture, obviously the neon sign, maybe the Jack Lambert picture that's right there. I want it to be a little more visually appealing than, what my kitchen and in the back, my little protein shake mixer right there. I mean, that can't get your jollies. But you know what? If you want nicer backgrounds, go into someone else's stream. Well, I mean, Chris, I just don't think it's fair. Like biologically, like, it's like if I were to transition, I still have testosterone, and boy, isn't that a sight? Me and drag. I mean, I do kind of look like Roderick Strong right now. Adam! All right, we got a score in the Toronto game. McCabe. Uh, I mean, no, I'm sure they do actually, AJS. Which is why I got the rat or the Earl sign, and I'm trying to make it a little more visually appealing. I mean, I know it's not like the greatest background. Oh, good. That makes me feel good. I'm at a loss, to be honest with you, when I have bad audio. I don't touch anything. So when I end this stream tonight, I basically just hit end stream and I pick it back up tomorrow. So my voice is sounding deep tonight, real deep. Hello. So I'm having fun. I'm doing these streams. Of course, I wish there was more people in here, but I'm trying to crack the algorithm. My very first video I did was my bench warmers throw up scene, and it got, I think, to this day a little over 100,000 views, and I just thought, oh, this shit's easy. And then I didn't release a video for about 3 years. So you live and learn. I'm living and learning in these Earlverse streams. I have a lot of supporters, Fajita Cologne sending me a signed Kamala picture, Kip Smith and Jordan and Andrew Stovkin making cover art for me. So, yeah, no, I fucked up. But, it's my fault. Yeah, tell me about it, ACDC. I just, back then, I think I released that bench warmers. I mean, Jesus, 15 years ago, and I don't regret not being more proactive those first couple years because, I'd probably have a lot of followers. But, I didn't. So I'm playing catch up brick block. Yeah, I'm trying to really do a set time, I'm narrowing it down. I've done some afternoon streams, and frankly, there's just too many other streams on at that time, so I'm kinda honing in between 4 and 7. Like, this one started at 4, I think last night was 5, and then, I'm going to, just start I'm narrowing it down. I've done a few streams because of, Pat Dixon not being on YouTube right now at his time slot, 8. They didn't do that well, but I'm also on the West Coast. So I think between 4 and 7 is gonna be, um, hopefully, the best for me. I think I've even tried a few early in the morning and literally did not have very many people. So, I mean, I'm not streaming for the money, but I am trying to build up the brand name. Alien was amazing. What up, Dr. Chow? I went to see Alien last night in a movie theater, and fuck, that's a great movie. The first one. It's not as much humor as in Aliens, the sequel, but I had never seen Alien in a movie theater. It's always been on TV. And wow. I mean, I highly suggest everyone see the 40th anniversary of Alien in a movie theater. Yeah, the actual Alien with movie with Tom Skerritt, Yaphet Kotto, Harry Dean Stanton, Sigourney Weaver, Ian Holm, uh, who the girl I'm forgetting her name. Cartwright, I think. I think it's Veronica Cartwright. Awesome movie. I mean, I really thought the first two Aliens were so good. I mean, the second one was just I mean, the first one's really good. First one concentrates a little more on the scariness and because it's the special effects. There were no special effects. I don't know if they do this at every movie theater, but there's a great interview with Ridley Scott, and the guy interviewing him, I guess, is the producer of the new Alien movie coming out. And like, there's a scene in Alien where they're walking up to the spaceship for the first time, and the ship looks gigantic. And because they didn't have CGI and shit like that back then, they actually used Ridley Scott's kids as the astronaut. So, um, that's like the kind of shit they had to do back then. Like, instead of just CGIing the ship being bigger or the actors being bigger, they just used kids. Um, so it's a really, really good movie. And Yaphet Kotto, like, he's so funny. Like, I never really realized how his character is very similar to Bill Paxton's character in Aliens because they're both complaining, like, I don't want to do any extra work unless we're getting the money, honey. They were like the OG streamers begging for money. I mean, if Yaphet Kotto was a super streamer, he'd be asking for super chats or he's ending the stream. See how I can work that into the conversation? Yeah, jackknife powerbomb the like button. Out of control that we have 13 people in here and only 5 likes. I might end this stream right now. You don't think I could want and I just lost a follower because of that. Outrageous. 12 people in here. All right, now we got 6 likes. Give and take, give and take. You don't think I could watch this game in peace and not stream? We got a breakaway. He didn't save it. Yeah, hit the likes, man. It's free to just go click. Even if you don't like it, hit it. All the free work I've done for you bastards. No stream sniping, no talking shit about this person or that person. Well, don't get me wrong, ACDC. I like money probably more than Kevin because I have more of it. But I mean, I want all series to go 7 games. Pittsburgh did have a good draft. They had a meat and potatoes draft. Their first 2 um, draft picks were gigantic offensive linemen. I think they're going to pair up the Samoan kid opposite Broderick Jones. And then the next The second round pick was a guy from a smaller college, but he's a fucking giant. And then receiver and then a linebacker. I mean, I thought the crazy pick was drafting that guy who doesn't have an ACL. I mean, that's fucking bonkers to me. Like that. I mean, I think he's the linebacker Wilson. If what up, Ross Incognito? But like I have a torn ACL in my right leg, and it's fully repaired. I got a cadaver cartilage there. Basically a dead person's ACL. They just grafted into yours, and it's great. I mean, it's still sore. I mean, was it 18 years since the surgery, and it still gets sore every now and then. And sometimes in yoga, it feels unstable. But like I can't imagine doing that without an ACL. Playing in the NFL with no ACL, that's like my mind is. But the guy's tape, he looks pretty good. Didn't you think OLT from Notre Dame going to the Chargers? I mean, the Chargers are gonna be pretty good. So uh I don't know about that. I mean, I'm a Steeler fan, but I'm not a homer. I think, they drafted for need. The receiver they got, um, I don't know if he's going to replace Deontay Johnson, but they needed to get a receiver, and I think they signed a free agent receiver. So, I mean, you got to get someone to play opposite of Pickens because otherwise, without people may not like Deontay Johnson, but the one thing he did do is make sure that no one could double team Pickens. Well, right now, I'm sure teams would feel pretty comfortable double teaming Pickens. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, they have Calvin Austin still. He's the speed guy. They've got Freiermuth. Harris is good out of the backfield. So there are some options, and the NFL draft. It's a crapshoot after like the first 5 picks. I mean, look at fucking Brady. He was a 6th round pick. Look at how many undrafted free agents go on to have very good careers in the NFL. So, uh, I mean, I think Caleb Williams will be bad this year just because he's on a bad team. But, um, and it sucks because it looks like he's going to get thrown into the fire. And you saw what happens when that happens with Justin Fields. I mean, Justin Fields was Caleb Williams a couple of years ago, but um, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the Steelers quarterback room. Wilson's obviously the guy right now, and then Fields is going to be there, and then Zach Wilson. I forgot we got him. DJ was a weirdo, no doubt about that. But like, he's a great receiver when his head's in the game. Like, he's basically a more subdued Antonio Brown. So, and you couldn't double Pickens with him on the other side, but right now you can. Um, so we'll see. But the Steelers might be the best team in the league at, you know, reclaiming their positions. Like, what I mean by that is, we lose Claypool, Johnson's there. Before that, it was, like the linebacker positions. You lose Kevin Green and Lloyd. You bring in Chad Brown, and like they're very good at replenishing. I mean, their defense is still going to be good. I mean, Fitzpatrick's probably at the tail end of his prime. Watt's in his prime. Um, Peterson, I think they re-signed him. He's a good guy to have back there. So Heinz Ward is another guy who didn't have an ACL, and look how good he was. I don't think there'd be a team. Uh, Hold on, I'm getting the stream. Hold on, sorry, I don't have a producer, so I'm getting a message. Uh, Um, did Bane kill Heinz Ward? No, I just think Heinz Ward got old, to be honest with you. Well, I mean, Roethlisberger was pretty durable, actually, from what I recall. Well, I mean, the Steelers are going to be an interesting team. I mean, Wilson was not having a good time in Denver. He just wasn't a good fit with Coach Sean. Um, and, I think it's pretty cool that the Steelers have two black quarterbacks, a black coach. I thought for sure the offensive coordinator gig was going to go to Byron Leftwich. And he wanted the gig. I mean, from what I understand, he was openly campaigning for the gig, but for whatever reason, the Steelers went with Arthur Smith, the ex-coach of the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know about that, but I mean, anything's going to be better than Matt Canada. Tommy Morrison, a great fighter, and then he got knocked out. Was that fight? I think he was against Ray Mercer, Merciless Ray Mercer, where he wasn't supposed to fight Ray Mercer, but I think he was supposed to fight like Tim Witherspoon or Pinklin Thomas, one of those obscure heavyweights back in the day. And then something happened, and then they said, well, I'll just take this Ray Mercer fight as a tune-up. And then Ray Mercer, Merciless Ray Mercer, thank you very much, like literally almost knocked his head into the parking lot, and then he was never the same. Oh, yeah, and then he got AIDS. And I don't mean visual AIDS. Tommy Morris, one of the great comedy minds of this business. I will not be at the Comedy Store this week. I think with the Netflix is a joke fest, which is a huge joke when you see some of the people in that lineup. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. How the hell is Sami Zayn on a comedy festival? The guy's never done comedy before. That's not me being bitter, but holy fuck, man. Yeah, but at least Dane Cook was like one of the biggest comics in the world. Like respect for that. I'll give him that. But Sami Zayn? I mean, how would a pro wrestler feel if I got on WrestleMania? What the fuck? I don't know what you got to do because I ain't on them. I tell you what, you guys in the stream, why don't you at Netflix is a joke fest on Twitter and let's just bombard them. Why isn't Earl on the festival? I don't even want to do it, but it would be funny. Forget the super chats. I mean, don't forget about them, but I'm Jewish. Pew! Just start tweeting at Netflix is a joke fest. Where's Earl Skakel? Fuck. I'm doing live streams to 14 people. That's where I am. Yeah, I'm on the Bill Cosby show. I'm sorry, my bad, at the Kookaburra Lounge. I mean, there's some really funny people on it, but like, my God, I've seen some of the people headlining. And Immortal Corruptor, are you new to the stream or are you trolling me? I can't tell yet. But, I don't kick out trollers because that's like 12% of the audience. Pew! Good for you, Immortal Corruptor. You like a hairy Bush. So Burr's a sellout cuck that lets his angry wife. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, Burr's always been nice to me. I don't think he's sold out though. He's just big, like that's to me, that's not selling out. Like selling out would be doing like I don't know, some commercial where it's just for the money, but I disagree with you there, ACDC. I don't know anything about him and his wife, but I don't think Burr is sold out. So what's TBH? I don't know what TBH. Well, I don't know. I don't know how he changed his comedy. I mean, listen, when he came in, he's actually a great guy. Like there was one night, a bunch of the Baby Kings were at the Comedy Store, and Bill's a busy guy, and I'm like, hey man, do you mind if some of the Kings come back here and say hello. He's like, "Yeah, man, no problem." And he talked to them each one individually. "Hey, where are you from?" "Oh, you're from Toronto." I blah blah blah. I don't think Dean Delray gets any heat off of Bill Burr. He's just his opening act. I did. No offense to Dean, but you know, it hasn't really helped him. It's like when I was opening up for Rob Schneider, it didn't really help me. Like it's fun to play in front of the crowds, but I mean, I disagree with you there. He's still a man of the people. But I see him backstage at comedy clubs where he's nice to the servers and nice to the staff, and he asks if he can go up. Like he'll show up at the comedy store. Well, my jackets are custom made, baby. Uh, I mean, I haven't talked to Dean in a while, so we don't have we don't have any heat. But like, um, I mean, I think people have a misconception that if you're opening up for a big comic that you made it. Not really. You're just their bitch. You sell their T-shirts when they're on stage. Trust me, I know. When I was opening up for Rob Schneider and I was doing well a lot of the time, not killing, but I was doing well. 10 minutes after I'm off stage, I'm asking a 300-pound fan if you'd like a large or extra large, and if I were you, I'd go for the double X. What up? Are you ready to rock? I mean, look at how many people open up for Russell Peters. You know, Russell plays arenas, and my friends all open for him. But it's not like they come back to Los Angeles and Hollywood's offering them movie deals. I mean, well, Rob is married, and he don't like he's 150% faithful. So at some point, they would just come to me and go, "Well, you'll do, I guess." Kind of like the comedy club owners. Get the fuck out of here. Uh, I mean, I was never really boys with Dean. Like, we did a few episodes of I forget what it was called, the cocaine party or something, poolside with Dean Del Rey or whatever, and we had some fun times. We're not enemies, but um, you know, I'll just leave it at that. But I don't disagree. With that philosophy like I can't there was a comic in the green room the other night in the main room, and that's like hallowed ground. That's like a pro wrestling locker room. Not many people get to go back there. You got to play it cool. And there was a real thirsty open mic level comic back there with me and a couple others just going, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm back here. Oh my God, that's where Sam Kinison did cocaine. And oh my God, there's a shower back there. I wonder if comics fucked in there." And everyone was looking around like, "Get out of here. You do have to act like you belong. You got to play it cool. Don't act like some fucking weed whacker." Who was it? Chad Zumach. Chad Zumach. I'm friends with Chad, I run from the Dabbleverse, but it's not because I'm not interested in that world. But Chad is, hundreds of people on his Patreon and hundreds of people on his streams. I've got 14 people. By the way, you 14 people, hit the like button. They're all in this stream right now. Um, yeah, I mean, I absolutely think comedy does need more rebels like me and Nick DiPaolo, just people who don't give a fuck. People who just sit there and like, this is who I am. This is how I talk. I'm going to do jokes that are inappropriate. If you don't like it, go listen to Larry the Cable Guy. Um, so, you know, I mean, that's one thing I do love about doing these streams is I don't have to pay attention to anybody. I do my streams. I talk about hockey. I talk about wrestling, and then I end the stream an hour in. You lose me in 20 minutes when the little people take over TLC. What's TLC? I mean, I've never seen Chad stand up. Yeah, don't be lazy, man. You 15 people in here. I'll end this. Oh, tables, ladders, and chairs. Okay. Uh, do you know Bargatze? I think he judged Roast Battle once or twice when I was on the show. Very nice guy. Kind of quiet. He's not a braggart. He just, he plays his shows, his arenas, and sold out weekends at major comedy clubs, and just goes home. Like, he's a cool guy. Michael Trevor, we don't talk about other comics' dick size in here. Come on, man. Hit the like button for that. Yeah, I mean, the opening act, like, uh, you think I've known Chad for, I don't know, 10 years. I've never seen him do stand up. And he's never seen me do stand up. I am a comedy soldier. And I don't care if people agree with me or not. Like, it's an open stream in here. I don't block anyone. I don't mute anyone. You want to, if someone says in here, hey, Jeff Ross is the greatest comic of all time, that's your opinion. I'm not going to change it. Um, I don't know what Larry the Cable Guy does. I mean, he's big enough to have a radio show, certainly a podcast at this point, a stream. I would think someone on his level doing a stream would make a lot of money, honey. But I don't know. Nah, Brendan Schaub is the goat. The goat of what? You're trolling now. If you're going to compliment Brendan Schaub in my stream, you got to super chat it, or I'm not going to read it. See, that's Kevin Brennan's rubbing off on me. Any Brendan Schaub compliments are welcome in here, but you got to pay for them. Are comics mostly thick? Most comics I know are thin-skinned. That's like when I would do roast battle. I would never do the hacky, yo, mom. Hey, Joe, you look like Max Headroom fucked Jaime from Get Smart. That was actually a joke done on me. I'd attack their comedy because no comic wants to hear they're not funny. From me to Tony Hinchcliffe to Joe Rogan, you'd get Joe Rogan's blood boiling if you said, "Hey, Joe, I don't think you're that funny." He'd probably kick your ass. Someone's, who's the one guy in, I think it's MLC Borgo. He's like the big super chatter. He always, or Melton, one of those, or maybe he's in both. He always says, Earl sucks. You think that makes me feel good? But, you just move on. I'm a soldier. For every Borgo, there's two people who like me. So that's the new pricing structure in the Earlverse stream. Any Brendan Schaub compliments, you have to super chat them. Thank you, Michael, for giving me that inspiration. I'm just trying to make an honest buck here. Do me and Otani go to the same country clubs? I don't think Otani's a member of Bel Air Country Club. By the way, my first big comedy check, which may or may never come, I will be buying a membership to Bel Air Country Club, and I will ask for my father's old locker and account number 314. I'll never forget the day my dad was taking me up to Bel Air Country Club for the first time. And he said, Earl, if you ever need any golf balls or anything, hit 314 on the bill and it's free. Well, I mean, I have to pay for it, but you don't. And if you don't think I bought thousands of golf balls with the 314 divot, then you are sadly mistaken, Ace. All right, the Hurricanes are up 1-0, less than 2 minutes in. Come on, Islanders. We're rooting for you, babies. There are a lot of 3-1 series here. Game 5 tonight, the Winnipeg Jets. Come on, Alex Iafallo, Rasmus Kapari, and Gabriel Velarde. We traded Pierre-Luc Dubois, or to get Pierre-Luc Dubois for you. Make the Jets fans proud. Thank you very much. Let me check my email. Not much going on in the AOL email folder, but that's probably because it all goes to spam. Thank you. Thank you, AOL. Your email system sucks. You're just lucky I'm lazy, you bastards. You guys are making my blood boil tonight. Brendan Schaub is the GOAT. Shit. By the way, the Sandman episode was tonight of Dark Side of the Ring. That should be a good one. I'm looking forward to that. I saw the Sandman wrestle in XPW at the Olympic Auditorium for about 100 people. There were so few people in this. He came out with Major Guns. I'm sure Jordan remembers who Major Guns was in WCW. I think she was last seen with the No Limit Soldiers. Um, it was kind of sad. Like you could literally hear conversations going on the other side of the arena. By the way, the Olympic Auditorium was also the site where Kiss did the video for Crazy Nights. People try to take my soul away, but I don't hear the crap that they all say. This is my music. It makes me proud. These are my people, and this is my crowd. Hold on. AC/DC 5150, $1.99. Horrible. Hannah Gatsby on Rolling Stone. Ugh. This is my music. It makes me proud. These are crazy, 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 crazy nights. Oh, yeah. It's almost as horrible, AC/DC 5150, as me not being on the Netflix festival. But welcome to Hollywood. If you think that festival is about having the funniest 50 comics in the world on a festival, shit. Doesn't bother me, though. I'm a soldier. Half the people on the festival won't be doing comedy in 2 years. Because guess what? They never got a second viral video. It's over, Johnny. I know I wasn't asked to do a roast battle at the Netflix festival. Ooh, boy, those 16 people would not be allowed on an undercard in my era. But yep, Jeff found another 16 people to work for free. I mean, he really is charmed. I will give him that. The amount of people he gets to work for free and no reward is truly staggering. Yeah, see, that's the great thing, AC/DC 5150. You know, I mean, two people can get along. I rarely talk politics in here because, truthfully, to be honest with you, I hate politics. I think it's an almost grosser business than comedy. So, it just is. It's a gross business. I mean, you look at MSNBC and CNN, they rip Trump for being old, and then it's like, you guys candidates 3 years older than Trump. Um, and then you've got Fox ripping into Biden for being old, and then you've got tapes of Trump stuttering more than fucking Mel Tillis at a campaign rally. We got a little action going on at the end of the Maple Leafs Bruins. Let's go to the Islanders Hurricanes game. It is oh man, it's 2-1. Boy, there's a lot of goals being scored in this game. 2-1 with 15 minutes left to go in the first period. Islanders and the Carolina Hurricanes. I mean, Carolina's the better team, but the Islanders are kind of like the bad news bears. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, my family, I have two brothers, two sisters. We're rarely in the same room together because we all live in different areas of the country. But we do get together from time to time, and we really don't bring up politics. I would say most of my family leans to the left. I mean, I used to lean to the right, but I'm truly in the middle because I think both parties suck. I mean, voting for Biden and Trump, like, what? Those are the two best candidates we can come up with in a country of 500 million people. Those are the two best. Shit. That's why Robert Kennedy, I mean, he's too wacky, with some of his vax views and all that shit. But he's a real wild card. Because, I mean, I don't necessarily mind him, but he says a lot of weird things, and he's going to cost someone the election because here's the thing: you've got Republicans who are not going to vote for Trump. They just aren't, unless they had. I mean, because they have an alternative now in RFK. So RFK is going to steal votes from Trump, and then you've got Democrats who aren't going to vote for Biden. They don't like him, and they're certainly not going to vote for Trump. So voting for RFK is like almost a protest vote. So he's going to cost Biden votes. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. I mean, I do hope Biden and Trump debate, and I do hope RFK Jr. gets on the debate stage. I think he's literally right at the line in the sand, like he's almost there, because I think he would at least almost prod both into a good exchange. I know. Let's see if I'm unblocked by Hulk. I don't think Hulk Hogan liked the sex tape joke, but come on, that's a funny joke. Hulk Hogan. Let's see, people. Yeah, he doesn't come up. You know what? I'm gonna follow Linda Hogan. Fuck that. Hulk Hogan. I am blocked still by Hulk Hogan, but you know what? I just followed Linda Hogan. Maybe I should have her on the stream, shake it up a bit. You guys know me when I go rogue. Well, we got a penalty, I believe, against the Hurricanes. So the Islanders will be going on the power play when we come back from commercial break. I don't think he'll bow out unless he absolutely has to. So he's gonna stay in it just to be a dick because now he's got his family against him. Like his own family endorsed Biden. So I think Robert F. Kennedy Jr. strikes me as the type to be like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna stay in it now, bitch. So I mean, I do love the debates. I love the coverage, the spinning, Trump will have a bad night. Hannity's going, oh, I thought he killed it. Same thing with Biden. I mean, some of Biden's uh is in porn now. Refresh the stream. Are you ready to rock? Most people in the stream are telling me the sound's never been better. So, and my Wi-Fi is set up to go as good as it can. But we're gonna end the stream in 7 minutes anyway. So let me thank the tippers, or I should say the tipper. The great and legendary ACDC 5150. Hit the like button and acknowledge the great ACDC 5150. Hey, we got 17 people in here right now. I'm killing it right now. Uh, yeah, I mean, you would think if anyone could get, when you have your father and his brother killed in political assassinations, you'd think that you could get some Secret Service, but he rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And listen, with the amount of wackos in this country, listen, I was at the movie last night. I'm not gonna lie, there's maybe 15 people in the theater, and then all of a sudden the guy sits right behind me with a backpack, and he had a real weird vibe, to be honest with you. Um, and it's just, the whole time I'm there, I could be getting a bullet to the back of my head, or he's gonna blow up the theater. Now, luckily, I don't think if he was gonna blow up the theater that he'd want to kill 15 people. He'd probably wait for a more popular movie. But I think the greatest line in debate history, my two favorites are when what was Reagan It was Reagan about Walter Mondale, and he did the age line against Mondale, and even Mondale laughed. And then Lloyd Benson to Dan Quayle, Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy. I mean, that was a killer line. Now, the line that made me laugh just as a stand-up comic is when Megyn Kelly was ripping into Trump for calling women fat pigs and whores. And then Trump, with perfect comedy timing, raises his hand like a school kid and goes, only Rosie O'Donnell. It was said with such great timing. I appreciated that. No more convertibles, at least in Dallas. Hello. Tulsi Gabbard is hot. Lauren Boebert has some nice flapjacks. 4 more minutes, guys. 4 more minutes. I am moving the little arrow to hit end stream. It is in position. Right, now we got a minute left in the Islanders power play. 11:54 left to go in the first period. The Carolina Hurricanes up 2-1 and 3-1 in the series. Let me practice my high. Well, I don't know a lot of players on the Islanders, so I would not. Pierre Pajot back out to the point to Dobson. Dobson shoots it, gets blocked, and he gives the puck to Stahl, who dumps it in the Islander zone. Hey, listen, if you're looking for a good car wash, try Carnauba Wax at the New York Islander gas station. Here comes Dobson. Dobson holds it in at the blue line. He gives it to Ickvald. Ickvald to Pitlick. Pitlick at the point gives it to number 18, Engvall, and the Carolina Hurricanes. Yes, let's get the plugs in. Patreon /Earl Skakel. PayPal eastskakel at AOL.com. Roy L. Fuchs. I like, what was the big black guy's name? Hal McRae. What was his name in the used cars? Jesus Palomino. Jim. The dog's name was Toby. I liked the guy who hated the color red. That movie was so funny, man. When Toby pisses on Jim when he's sleeping. Hal McRae, Jim from Used Cars, he used to come into the Sports Connection when I worked there. I said, hey, man, I enjoyed you in Lockup. He looked at me and was like, come on, man. All I've done, you're going to remember me from that movie? And I said, hey, how's Toby? He looked at me like, what? I'm like, Toby, your dog from Used Cars. And I got him back with that one. I've been to the desert with the horse from no name. I say, nah, nah. See, I know a lot of songs. We got 8 people in here since we've been talking about used cars. What do you people want from the Earlverse? I can't talk about anything else. I give you a stream of hockey, wrestling, sex, political humor, heavy metal. Do I have to start stream sniping someone to get some numbers? Out someone as a gay man? Will that get me the big numbers? Well, too bad, because I'll never do that. Thank God my parents were rich. That's all I got to say, because if they weren't, I would have been done streaming 4 months ago. Don't threaten me with a good time. Oh, Barzal almost scored off the draw. But no, I have not been through the desert. And I've never met a horse with no name. I've met a career with no name, and that's Earl Skakel. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous right now. We got the Kings and the Edmonton Oilers tomorrow night, 7 p.m. in Edmonton. Kings in a must-win situation. I cannot defend Pierre-Luc Dubois anymore. He's on his own. We traded 4 players to get this guy. Did you ever meet JFK Jr.? I did not. I've met Ethel, my dad's sister, many a time. And, the Kennedys, I've met a lot of Ethel's children. I mean, the Skakels and Kennedys are 2 huge Irish Catholic families. So I have not met everyone. The kids of nephews, it's crazy. All right, we got 25 seconds, guys. Send in those super chats, gifted memberships, super thanks on videos. Yeah, Ethel is 96 years old, and from what I understand, still up and about. All right, guys, the end stream button is about to be hit. 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.